Hello. Hello, people. Hello, people. Are we doing steroids? We are adding juice to the interactivity of the systems. I think I'm going to add juice to this part. Actually, no, I got to fix the pretty lame highlighting around this box first. And then we'll add grow and shrink juice to it. You know, the grow shrink juice. You know about the grow shrink juice. Okay. All right, so this little guy here, I want to make that, see how under the triangle, it's more of like a little fade out fringe. I want to do that for the box on the other side. And yeah, I feel like the border is really big, but okay. Okay, anyway, so the rectangle border width, triangle border width, blah, 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 rectangle border width, Q0, Q1, Q2, Q3. Okay. So Q0 or P0. Okay. Okay. P0. I got to pour my tea soon. P0. P0, P1, Q1. We'll do the colors at the end in a bit. P0, P1, Q1, P0, Q1, Q0. Gotta frickin' do 4 of these. Okay. P0. So it goes P0, P1, P2, P3, counterclockwise around the circle. P0, wait. P0, P1, Q1, P0, Q1, Q0. That's the bottom border. Okay, P1. Oh, this is going clockwise. I want to be consistent about this. Let's go P0. Let's go counterclockwise, like outside to in. So it's going to be P0, Q0, Q1, P0, Q1, P1. Dude, I've done this equivalent so many times in my career. It's just, I just do it. Okay, so that's P0, and we ought to be able to just do the thing and cycle around. So I ought to be able to just add 1 to each number, right? Let me double check this. P0, Q0, Q1, P0, Q1, P1, yeah. So now we just go P1, Q, let me delete it and reinsert. So we just add 1 every time. P1, P1, Q1, Q2, Q2, P2. Now we add 2, P2, P2, Q2, Q3, Q3, P3, and now we add 3. P3, P3, Q3, Q0, Q0, P0. Okay, and then here, it should be the same patterns each time. So I should have actually done this before posting. So this is inner, outer, outer, and this is inner, outer, inner. All right, so there's 3 of each, which is one way that you know that it's kind of correct a little bit. All right. There we go. It's a little thick, THICC. Also, I don't like the mock banding. I don't know what to do about the frickin' mock banding, but let's cut that down by like half. Rectangle border width. All right. So now we've got a little guy. He's just got a little bit of a shadow. Honestly, the triangle one can go down a little bit too. It's just that mock banding is so ugly. But I don't... The problem is... You want to do something like sign distance field fuzz, but we don't have a general like shader for that, especially not available like in Simp. Maybe we should think about that, but like I don't even know how we would do that simply. You know, it's a little bit sad. Could flick the text color from black to white. We already do that. Will you eventually show it? Did you just... God damn it. Why do people show up on the stream and not watch every time that I've demoed this shit? A million... Oh my God. Okay. Anyway. Welcome to Life of Streamer. All right, so I think I was still in the middle of cutting this down a little bit. That might be too small on the rectangle. Anyway, this is all going to be themable. We're just setting defaults for now. So we also want to eventually anti-alias these without requiring someone to do full screen anti-aliasing, which I guess is maybe we'll draw little strips around them. I kind of want to try that experiment with the circles especially, but initially we're going to juice the t times 2 pi times o dot xxx. Yeah, it's a good trick. It's a good trick. Are there different types of anti-alias algorithms? Well, there's different ways of doing it. All right. This is not juicy enough. If you go to the sliders, they're more juicy. See that? I'm sure Twitch is wrecking it, but you see? You see the juice? Do you see the juice? Okay. So we need We need more juice. Okay. We need to open up the juice box. Try not to block the camera with my monitor. Okay, so just when I click on these and click on these, like right now they're instantaneous. And we're just going to have them. We're just going to have them. Oh, I have an idea. Okay, so anyway, we're just going to add little interpolant variables, right? And we already have some of these that I did off stream. So we have these, and we're going to add two. Dragging in ring T, dragging in disk T. Now this actually, dragging in circle should be ring. Replace dragging in circle with dragging in ring. It's really an important tip. It sounds like a trivial, stupid tip, but like if you make sure that you'll use the same names for things in your program all the time, it helps substantially in terms of making it clean and understandable. Like I just always naturally sometimes call something one way, and then I come back the next week in program and I call something in a slightly different way. And like just using the same words, it doesn't sound like much, but it actually does help. Okay, in H. Okay, so here we just have this thing. I actually want to pack this into a function. So let's just go animate dragging in HT DT up rate, down rate, dragging in H. So we're going to do this. We're going to do the same function. And if we want to add more, these are linear right now, which is fine. But if we want to do ease in, ease out later, we can do that. Okay, so we're going to do this. And we're going to go animate f is a float. Condition is a bool. dt is a float. Up rate is a float. Down rate is a float. All right. Okay. If condition like that, right? Expected a statement before this semicolon. This is weird. I don't understand. Do I need that? Yeah. I think this is a weird parser problem. I don't want to rat hole and look at it right now, but okay. So that's not going to do anything new, but these are still juiced. That's all I care about. Okay. So those are juiced, and now I can go add two more. Ring and circle. Then they're just going to have the same. We can customize the up and down rates later. That's why those are parameters. Oh, in disk. See? Sometimes I try to use a different word. All right. Okay, so these variables are probably invisibly updating, but we're not using them, see? We're still instant, so we got to use these now. Dragging in ring. Okay, so here we're going to say lerp 0.81 dragging in ring T. That's used for colors, used for foreground color. Okay. And then triangle scale is lerp 0.71 state.dragging in ring T. Maybe we should give that a nicer name. Okay, color, triangle scale. All of these are like, we should put these parameters on the theme because they control the size of things. But we're not going to do that yet. Okay. So the scale and the thing, this is for the little ring arrow box thing. Whoop, whoop. Oh, look at that. Okay. Isn't that some juice right there? Now, the extra bit of juice is, see how the arrow is kind of out right now? Like it's off the ring? I feel like, you know, if it's like a little physical device, maybe it like locks into the ring and then pops out when you're moving it, you know? How much do we give it? 05, 04, like that. Okay. It's actually harder to see right now, but maybe that's too much, but it's actually weird because at this scale it looks strange. And actually I don't see, I don't want, oh, maybe I do. I don't know. But like the weird thing about the way it's set right now is the point of the triangle stays in about the same place because it grows. You feel like it should just, it does select colors instantly. What are you talking about? Bro. Okay. So keep them the same scale. Maybe, well, see, this is a thing where now I have to decide what I like more. Do I like the feeling of it being a physical thing? Or do I like this? I kind of like the size. And I mean, this is pretty fine. Like, I mean, I do think it's a little bit hidden. Maybe let's try moving it out somewhat. So it makes more of a bump in the ring. Yeah, see, my eye already picks that out better. But like, you don't really need to see where it is because it's like the color is there, right? So I feel like maybe it shouldn't be synced with the grow. Maybe it's fine. Maybe it looks better that way. I don't know. Like if we were making it a physical thing, you could have 2 actions or more. This is pretty good. It's juicy. It's pretty good. Like I really don't mind it, honestly. Accessibility wise, you want what grayness? What the transparency? Remove that. This? Why? You're going to have to explain. Just because it makes it harder to see. The thing is, you don't need to see it really, so I'm not sure how much I care. I mean, I guess the contrast is a little bit uncomfortable. I guess, right? I mean, we could go all the way to like a charcoal dark color. Let's try that. That's going to be stupid. I think the right answer is to leave it mostly white, but let's just try it. Let's just, this is going to be stupid. All right. Especially because it blends into the background, but it's not as stupid as I thought it would be. I mean, it sort of gets rid of all the other action we put in. But I mean, the thing is, maybe it looks better as a cutout, like if it exactly matched the background color, you know? Which it isn't. So like, oh, maybe it's fine though. The thing is, do we want this to behave the same? I kind of don't feel like it. See, the thing is, now we sort of want these two things to behave similarly. So like if this go, like I think this is cool actually. I expected to hate it, but I think it's pretty cool. But like this isn't going to do that, because then if you put it down here, you won't see it. If you put it up here, like we're sort of relying on this, having this shadow around it to be visible. I mean, again, we could toggle the shadow color when you're down here. It's just, I don't know. I don't know, man. It's kind of just a problem I don't really want. Well, we could try it both ways, right? Anyway, no matter what, we have to start using the juice on this guy. So we'll use the juice on this guy, and then we'll decide how it works out. Inverse color. Yeah, I just get design input from the artists. I don't know. Sometimes that goes well and sometimes it doesn't. Okay. So, wow, this desk that I've been using for a long time, I feel like it's just falling apart. It's just going to collapse on me, and I don't even understand what's loose. It's just, I can shake it back and forth now. Good thing camera's not mounted on the desk. I just want to look for a second. Maybe I need to just get out the drill and drill some stuff. It needs Loctite. Yeah, I got it. I got some Loctite right here, man. What are we using for the apply text brightness check? It's just random. It's not an actual formula, so we could change it later. We could look. Let's see. So here's sort of the thing. And I guess we probably changed the text color. Somewhere. It's probably above. Let's see. Apply. And I probably literally just check L. Oh, this might be in the button rendering, actually. That would be a weird place to put it, but dude, I don't even know. We would have to go in the debugger to figure out where it happens. Luminance is whatever, RGB. Yeah, that's a standard thing. We have the color in HSL though, right? Where do we do that? I agree that it triggers a little bit. Oh, get color, watch colors is probably where it goes. Yeah. So white zone is like values are, it's just, oh, we're looking at the RGB. That's lame. That's lame. All right, we'll do the thing. We'll do the standard thing that you typed. Luminance is 0.299 times x plus 0.5. Actually, is dot product RGB with .299.587.114. All right. I don't know. We're just going to arbitrarily test against something. All right. So here, yeah, I don't know. It depends on exactly what you want the criterion to be, right? I don't know if I would check if it's greater than 0.5 because the idea is we kind of want to prefer, we kind of just want to prefer the normal text color because this text color is not even necessarily white, right? It's whatever you theme the thing as. We probably should put that threshold on the theme as well as the other color. We'll do that. Let's just tag that as theme. Oh, it is tagged. Oh, we actually just darken the color as well. We don't. All right. Nobody uses values are close now. That's great. One less thing to import. All right, we're still not doing the juice on the middle guy. Let's put the juice there and then we'll decide. So state.dragging in disk T. This is bothering me down. Oops. Down here. K is lerp 0.81 by the same thing. Triangle scale is lerp 0.35 by the same thing. Let's see how that is. Okay, for some reason, never mind. I didn't change this. So this is supposed to be real dark, right? What did we make it? Here we said 0.05. Wait, what is... So J wants to go the opposite direction. I don't know. Maybe it's fine. This bothers me more than this, honestly. But neither is really bad. This is a little hard to see, I claim. So we could have those shadows be a little bit bigger when it's smaller. Let's see. Border width is that might be too much. All right, so this would look better if we anti-alias the triangles, which again we may yet do. But it's not too bad, especially once I'm used to it. It's like, all right, I dig it. It's got some juice. You think it's called Ligma? Yeah, the Ligma color space is very important. aside from the swatch on the right. So this is a user generated thing. As you pop new colors in there, or as you push new colors in there, they go off the top. So we have no white there anymore. Pure white from this disk interface is not very easy, which is a disadvantage of it. I like this one aesthetically, but like it does have that. But if you really want pure, you can go to this mode. Or what else would I say about that? Like I'm thinking we might add the Photoshop style rectangle, which is basically like this, but then also also like a square that's like the cross of these two. Or we might bring back the triangle at some point. Like we used to have the one with the triangle in the middle, and that one, it's easy to pick. It has the full gamut, and it's easy to pick all the colors. So there might be ways. I mean, there are ways in which that's like better, right? We could what could we do? I mean, we could have a toggle whether you want disk or triangle. Like the disk is just aesthetically nice, and it gives me more space for doing stuff. And I like the ring, but yeah, you can't get to all the colors right now, and I don't think you'll be able to probably, which is sad. Could you make the first cube color picker? I don't think that would be very usable. But that's essentially what you're doing in a Photoshop style one where there's a square and then a third axis. Like that's a cube, it's just not drawn as a cube. Yeah, I'm intentionally leaving these cursors without chroma, right? Or whatever you would say. Because I just don't want like color contrast effects happening in here. So anyway, maybe we'll bring back the triangle. Maybe we'll do RGB sliders. What's wrong with just a big square? I don't know. I think it's ugly. You mean in the middle of the circle or separately? So like the thing is, I like the hue circle. But the traditional Photoshop color picker is something like this, where there's, hopefully my camera isn't covering that up. There's this big square, and then there's a line here. And the thing about the line is, well, it's red is broken traditionally, right? But you could have a little toggle, you could have a little toggle to cycle the color so that if you're working in the reds, this sucks, right? But you could have a little button to say red is in the middle now and break it in cyan or whatever, right? So that could be a way of fixing that problem. Add text. We have text inputs in the game one. I'm not that worried about it. Like text inputs is easy. You just click on these and type the thing. We already have that in the other version of the color picker. I just haven't ported it all over yet. Your cursor has to leave the square to change the third axis. Yeah, it's just we know from video game controls that it's not that easy to successfully select a point in a cube with precision. It's just really hard. What if moving the slider moves the wheel? No. Duplicate a part of the rainbow above or below? That could be. Yeah, you could, that's a good point. Instead of having a button, let's go back. Let's go back to, whoops. Let's go back to this. You could just have this strip continue past red a little bit. Honestly, that might be the best solution, right? We could try that out on our own color bars. It's just the thing is you do also give up resolution in the thing, because like you're taking whatever space you had for the full thing and you're devoting some of that space to the repeat. But we could give it a try. Let's give that a try real fast, right? Okay, so if we're in this mode, let's have the bar go, it'll go like all the way to yellow. The thing is, the orange band here is really, we might want to remap this at some point anyway to like a CIE color space or something. Because there's too much green. There's too much green and there's not very much orange and brown. Like browns are colors that you would use a lot in nature, and there's just not very much of that here. That's one, like I like this a little bit more because it gives you more line, right? Like this is a really long line compared to the other one. Square is good because it is familiar. Yeah, fine, but like you're talking to someone who's making an entirely new programming language and an entirely new game engine in that language. I mean, along with the rest of the team making the engine. So familiar is not like it has utility, but if all you do is things that are familiar, then you're stuck in the past and you don't progress. Anyway. Yeah, like these feel short to me in terms of screen area. I mean, these don't. The thing is, you want more precision on hue than you do for these, right? Like for this, it's like, okay, it's not that hard to dial in where I want, but for this, I mean, we could have like shift to zoom it. I don't totally hate that idea. You know what though? I also feel like we don't tessellate this enough, right? Let me see. So we have 20 here. Let's go 40 because it looks a little blurry to me. Did that change anything? Not really. Oh, it's a little better. So it's very weird, the optical illusion, how it sort of feels like maybe that's not optical illusion. Maybe that's the way it's tessellated is causing that weirdness. Let's just go bananas, dude. 400 triangles. Or 400 quads. Doesn't look much different, honestly. Okay, let's screenshot this. In good old Microsoft Paint. So this is the 400 quads version. And this is the 20 quads version, which is what it was on. Whoops. I want this one. All right, Microsoft Paint, tell me. Doesn't look hardly any different. Probably a long time ago, I tested a bunch of things and determined. Actually, it does. Oh, look, if you look here at the cyan band, we're kind of really losing that here. We're hitting this yellow for some reason, but the cyan we're not. Zoom in Paint. Here we go. It's a little different, but not astoundingly so. Like, here's what we could do, is we could, if I can, see the problem is, okay, hold on. Let's cut a piece out where we can see the top and bottom. We're going to Control X, we're going to Control V. There we go. So there's the difference for you. It's not a lot, but surprisingly, the violets here, they look overall shifted up a little bit. And then this has sort of lost its peak, and this has sort of lost its peak. So it's probably worth doing more than 20. I think it needs to be exactly 6 or be divisible by 6. Oh, so that we hit the hue things. Right, those are like the extrema of the thing. All right, let's try it. Let's try 120. Let's say, let's do 36. Okay. That looks pretty good, right? Right. No, it's divisible by 6 because HSL to RGB is generally like it has if you look at the code for it, it's about mapping 60-degree sectors, which is where the 6 comes from, right? Because there's 6 of those. There's like the 3 primary colors and the 3 secondary colors all have like positions. Anyway, so this is fine. This is, I think we'll do more color pickers later. Or should we do more color pickers now? I mean, there's more where this came from, right? Just take a stand against bad color pickers. Well, you know, a lot of people have differing opinions about what is bad. Okay, so the problem here is if we're going to do a Photoshop style one, I kind of don't know that we have room for it because like this thing is a square, right? So we would have to have longer than a square reserved. On the left here, and that would look stupid and empty most of the time. And then when we go to this one, now we're using it. You know what I'm saying? Zoom via dragging to the side. I don't like dragging to this. Like that's, that might be hard to control because you're going to inadvertently drag to the side a little bit. Oh, but maybe it's only if you leave the rectangle by a certain amount. Okay, I think the problem is the following. The zoom has to stay put or you will go crazy, right? So if it's zoomed by dragging to the side, then you're kind of zooming the whole time that you're going up and down, which is bizarre, right? Whereas if it's like, I start zooming when I hit shift, then that zoom point is kind of fixed and I have a range that won't go anywhere and then I can let go, right? What about scroll wheel? Maybe, but the thing is, you kind of would have to unscroll later. It's not like scroll wheel is good for something where you want like a fixed zoom. I don't know. Microservices. I think we need a microservice for every polygon. You know, if we were going to be on theme with everything else, we would have these triangles lock back in. You know what I'm saying? We might do that later. Like to match this. Because that was cool, right? It's like the identity of this thing. Except the problem is in this mode, you actually care more about what these sliders are set to. Like here, you kind of don't care that much because this one's obvious. You care more about this one. That one, because it has lots of high frequency, is easier to see. I feel like if we did the thing with these, they might get harder to see. We could try it later though. That's easy. That's an easy juice to try. Okay, first let's do the repeat. And I actually want to repeat off the bottom. And the reason I want to repeat off the bottom is because A, when we talk about the colors of the rainbow, red is sort of the first one. And B, because if we go 60 more degrees, that gives us 420. And you know what a big 420 guy I am, right? But that's like almost 20% to go 60 degrees. Like we might actually chop a little bit off the top if we do that. Okay, let's do the following. Color slider. Okay, we're already lerping between two things. So it's like, let's lerp from minus 60 to 330. I might need to change something somewhere else. Okay, so I actually want to go further because it's maybe not. Yeah, we're not. The actual color chosen didn't get the memo. Okay, we'll put this on the theme actually, so that we can consistently use it. It's like we want to go past this into red a little bit. We're going to pass a theme, and we're going to say theme.h slider slider hue min theme.slider hue max. Okay, so yeah, it's this, right? So slider hue min is minus 30 in degrees. Whoops. Wait, minus. Oh yeah, we got to pass it with the theme. Oh, I got to pass it all the time. All right, so what did I do? I done screwed up. Wait, how are we? What happened? Oh, I said minus 345. Okay. Yeah, because I was like, it's going backwards and it's not covering the whole. All right, there we go. So you can see here we go kind of down to the violet, which we have here. That's fine. We're still not matching exactly, so I have to make the color look up. So I sort of like this more, except again, we're losing precision. But that's what the shift could be for. Okay. So, yeah. What? Right. So when we actually pick the color, where does that happen? Color. Does anyone use that? No. Okay, so I'm getting hungry. Okay, where is the slider values? Aha. Value equals T. Mr. T. So T here goes from 0 to 1. Let's see. That must mean we do this. Aha. Changed HSL color X equals lerp by H. Okay. And we have to map it here. Okay, so here we go. We have a repeat in the reds. Okay. Okay. Oh, yeah. It looks to me like it's tracking the right color wherever I am. Okay. Okay. How do I feel about Windows 11? I mean, hey, they changed the desktop theme. Great. Let the slider handle cycle around to the bottom. The slider tracks your mouse. So you're talking about teleporting the mouse. Which I would find fucking aggravating. Especially, yeah, I don't think I want to do that. Text says negative hue. Ah, yes. Okay. Okay, that's kind of a crappy calling fmod is silly, but yeah, we probably shouldn't do that. But wait, it still says negative hue. What? Oh, because fmod. Okay, never mind. Fmod won't do that. I guess it won't. I don't know how fmod does with negative numbers. There we go. There we go. Fmod rounds to 0. Yeah. Well, we just did the thing anyway. All right. So this is cool. Let's try the zoom out. We'll put a zoom factor on the theme, and I think it's going to be I think it's going to be a substantial zoom factor. Like, we're going to have to do some annoying math, right, to like get the transform. But anyway, I think we want to zoom by like if I'm here and I'm like, I want a sort of cyanish blue color, maybe like 4x or something. And maybe we bring, do you guys think that we should bring that to the center of the color space while you're zoomed? Because if you're near the edge and you zoom, you like don't want to fucking, right? Like, what do you think? Okay. Plus, that's also easier, honestly. Okay, so for now, let's just put in the shift key and make sure it works. Okay, so we're going to have on the state, we're going to have hue zooming, right? That's a bool, and hue zoom t is a float. All right, and animate hue zoom t, hue zooming dt up rate. That might be too fast for zooming. Okay, now I just want to draw something to show that we're zooming, right? Actually, let me do the following. When we do color slider, let's just say we're just going to offset the numbers by hue zoom t, right? Where was it? Yeah. H plus equals 100. Actually, we'll just make a little zoom. Times equals lerp 1 for state hue zoom t. Did I pass? I hope I passed state. No. Bro. State is a color. Look at all these parameters. It's a lot of parameters. I'm sure there's a programming class that says I should break that up into 17 functions. All right, so, oh, we don't ever turn on that variable. So that's a thing. Dragging. Oh, let's put... So if status is over, right? Do we have like shift key? Let's try that. It's just, I feel like we might use shift a lot. I don't know. What am I doing? All right. If shift key state where do we set dragging to false? We want to say state dot if index is equal to 0, state dot zooming is true, hue zooming. All right. And then, I mean, we could no check in this and factor it out just to be clean. Okay. Where do we set dragging to false? Down at the bottom? Why? Oh, I have a comment. Don't disable dragging until after we draw. Okay. No, recompile, please. Okay. Boom. Yeah, okay. That's sort of zooming in the opposite direction. Okay. I admit that that was not... Oh, it's hue zoom T. Okay, we want to go from 1 to like 0.25. It's like having a 4x scope in PUBG, right? Right, so whoosh. Now it's always zooming around the bottom. That's like a pretty good amount. That might be too much zoom. We'll see. It's zooming around the bottom, or it's zooming around 0 actually, which is not the bottom. It's the middle of red. So now we want to set the range. We want to set the range. It might be neat to have a fourth vertical color bar with the zoom automatically applied right next to the hue. Maybe. I mean, I guess we do have room for it, right? Let's think about that. That might be better. You know, I put all this zoom stuff in, but it might be better just to have the zoom, right? Like you could have this thing. You could actually show the little band around this. Like that actually might, okay. What might be interesting is you show the little band of top and bottom and what it expands to, right? And then you could mouse wheel that if you want. I don't know that we really need that, but it could be a thing. Okay. Let's just try shoehorning in 4 frickin' things. Okay, we're going to worry about making it different later. We're just going to say that you're just doing the same thing twice. I just want to get the sliders like laid out. I don't know. Okay, hold on. We need to do this. Verzino. I'm getting hungry. Verzino. Okay, we've got 4 bars. They're a little too far apart. We might actually do a thing where we make the first bar narrower later. Like this is kind of intruding on this thing now, right? But we'll make the between smaller. I actually do want a lot of space between them, but for now we'll make it smaller. Just keep things simple. All right. Dink. Okay. So what we want to do is we want to say there's like a zoom hue, right? Which is the neighborhood around which we are zoomed. You know what? That might actually solve the wrapping problem. Okay, I don't like that. How I let go and it went up there. That kind of sucks. So we're going to want to fix that. Like the wrapping around red issue. Okay. All right, what if we do just go to 0 to 360? And then we solve this with the zoom. We still have to deal with, okay, let's fix this before we do that. Because I don't like this wrap tanglement. So we're not going to do that. Okay, so we're going to printed H, and now I want to make sure our HSL to RGB. Yeah, okay, so that already does this. That's great. So now, if I do the drag down here and I let go, it stays. But the number printed, yeah, okay. Great. Very great. Very great. Okay. So when we adjust the big one, we want to reset the small one to the middle. Right? So we're going to say, okay, we're going to get rid of the shift key on the zoom for now. So, whoops. This is state.zoomHuman, state.zoomHumax. Okay, state.zoomHuman equals h minus dhue, and zoomHumax is h plus dhue. Dhue, whoops, h plus dhue. Dhue is theme dot hue range within hue range in zoom slider. All right. I mean, I guess it should be, it should either be a 3x scope or a 6x scope, right? Because again, the hues go around by like 6s. Maybe that doesn't matter. Let's just see what happens there. Okay, so we need to do this when we set the color by various means. I need food. My brain is halting. So update zoom hue. So when we set the color from HSL, okay. So when we set the color RGB or HSL, right, we do this. From zoom, update zoom hue, right? Update zoom hue, because again, we don't want the zoom origin moving around when we tweak the zoom slider. That's going to give everybody a barf bag situation. So we do this and we say update zoom hue of, I'm going to have to pass the theme. We could store that on the state. Okay. That's annoying. We're going to have to go to all the callers and put this in. But update zoom hue. You know what? Fuck this. No, we don't need this. Okay. Just say if update zoom hue state.zoom hue center equals hsl.x. Yeah, then we don't need the theme. It's fine. Don't you love it when we start doing something and then we undo it? It's all good. Forget this. we're going to go zoom hue. Did I not even do that yet? Zoom hue center. Okay. Zoom view hue center. Okay, so when we do the slider thing, okay, low, right? Dehue is, what was it again? Hue range in zoomed slider times 0.5. Okay, we get that. We get that. Low, high, H. Okay, so I mean, we could just pass the range to each of these, right? I mean, we could be breaking stuff real, but okay, let's just fix it for a second. No check-in. Copy pasta. My favorite pasta. Low, high. See, we sort of have these two different places that need to know about the thing. Oh yeah, set current. We don't need this theme here. We don't need another theme. Oh, all right. Here we go. It's going crazy. That's great. It's because for both of these, we think that they're both selected for some reason, I think. And that's driving us nuts. Why do we think that? I don't know. It's cool, though. Okay, I feel like the 60 degrees might be a little too much. It might be too much zoom. Okay, why it's doing this, I don't know. What? Okay, usually I think I passed just the wrong index. Oh, it's here. It's this. See, we need all these things. These end mouse buttons, they're literally, nobody uses them. Look, we've got all these parameters. We're just going to delete the parameters. All right. There's other things that we cannot delete. Goodbye parameter. Okay. So, however, we need to add all our things. Dragging in H zoom. Oh, I'm screwing up my indentation. Dragging in H zoom T. All right. And in here where we animate. Okay. Now we no longer think they're the same. Whoa, Nelly. Okay. Oh, because I'm not, remember when I said don't change the thing? I never passed that variable, right? I don't know why. Okay, this is wrong too. The actual position of the thing is wrong too. Not sure what's the deal with airplane food there. All right, so yeah. So that should get rid of the feedback, hopefully. Why? That's hard-coded in the slider right now, right? Because there's there's the thing here. No, not there. Okay, let's get rid of the shift key. I think I'm passing the wrong variable in here. Let's get rid of the shift key. In fact, let's get rid of these. Okay. Color slider. Oh yeah, we're passing H in for both. That's actually okay though. Where I swear there's like a hard code thing where we multiply by 360. We multiply by Xbox 360, right? Because this H, oh, actually no, right here. Right. Oh yeah, okay, obviously that was wrong because we were using this index to the whole thing and then lerping between this range. Okay. Okay, so we're going to say hue denom zoom hue zoom high minus hue zoom low and H zoom to zoom denom. And this is minus hue zoom low. Like that. Okay, it's like Hillary Clinton says, when they go low, we go high. And that's how we win the election. Okay, I'm not crazy about this jitter that I'm observing. I'm not sure why that's happening, but we are kind of zooming in on the relevant range. That's great. Yeah, oh, look at that. Look at that. Guys, like if I want some reddish oranges, I click here. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's very good. That's very good. It seems like an appropriate amount of zoom. I mean, I could see zooming out a little bit, but this is pretty good, honestly. Okay. So the jitter. Oh, the jitter is like a frame off thing because see, it's wrong for a frame and then it comes back. So we have to recompute. Oh, no, you know what? It's actually that it updates and we don't want it to update. So see, we set it here. Okay, so we're going to say before any modifications, we do this. And we use that here. Okay. Yeah. Oh, look at that. Look how good that is. And then I go there. And then I go doot, 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 near. Yeah, that's better than holding shift, honestly. So now we want to figure out how to tell the people that these are associated. These are like closely associated, right? And these, oh, you know what? Let's take the, if we take off the repeat, let's maybe leave the repeat in. Because if we take it off, the zoom might not be enough to like cover all the reds, for example. Like I want all the reds in one thing. I got to take notes for what to talk to the team about. So I think if we just put these two zoom sliders close together, that might help communicate. We could also do something with shape and stuff. It's just, I feel like it's going to look a little weird because the thing is we don't actually let's just say there's half as much spacing here and see what happens. Wait, what was it called? Between width. Okay, so we're going to have 2.5 times between widths. All right. All right. That looks a little messy. Maybe even less, right? Oh, we can raise, we make this maybe a hair less, and then we can raise the spacing in the other stuff because this is too much margin now, right? Okay, let's go a quarter. That might be too little. A quarter there, and that might be too much. I mean, it looks weird, but you can imagine somehow framing it. This looks cool, watching the little gradient go by. We could put the little, you know, put the little range on here. You could draw a pair of lines showing the blow up. Half width bars. The thing is, I want these to be easy to click on. I did think about making them half width, but I think they're really important to click on and really important to see. Like these are the ones that are less important in some ways. I don't know. I didn't want to sacrifice click space. Dude, my controls are crashing into each other. It's a travesty, especially when this one ends up under that one. Not so good. Okay. Maybe something like this. Is it boobs? Yeah. No, I was thinking about that. The thing is, why is this not? Guys, the web is so great. Somebody sent me an Imgur link. It was on the other monitor. I pulled it over here. It shows nothing. Now I can reload. Okay. Yeah, so we could, this is pretty messy, but what I was thinking of doing was not drawing something this frickin' huge, but just drawing some little calipers like around that don't cut all the way through. But then this part is the part that's kind of messy and sucks. Like you don't need that once you know how the program works. So I don't know. Feel dirty doing an Imgur link? I've done Imgur links. I've done paste bin links. I've done all sorts of bad stuff. Like this is a pretty gross un-anti-aliased line, so we could make it anti-aliased. It's just still, calipers would wrap. Probably. Anyway. No idea how to make the blow up lines wrap. Well, you could just, yeah, I don't know. Let's just try like the little caliper range. Excuse me. Excuse me, people. If one was a box and the other an arrow. I don't know what one and the other is. It's good how it is. Yeah, maybe you don't really need, but like showing just, I just want to try little measuries on the edges just to show, just to see. I don't know. Oh, you mean like a box on the left and an arrow here pointing right? See, the interesting thing, we might want to do that for the visuals here generally, because the interesting thing about all these is it's laid out so that each one sort of, you know, hue is fundamental. And then once you change the hue, right, that affects the saturation and the lightness, right? But if you adjust saturation, it doesn't backfeed on the hue, right? But it affects lightness. If you adjust lightness, it affects nobody else, right? So it's kind of like a production chain of slider to slider. Lab, whatever, dude. One idea at a time. Like, so clearly we could do this on lab as well. What does A and B even stand for in lab? Does anyone fucking know? Blue, yellow, and red, green. Yeah, nobody, like, that's not good for artist control, I don't think. Like, saturation, people understand. Lightness, people understand, right? OK Lab? I haven't even heard of OK Lab. Is that a Tarkov joke? Is that an escape from Tarkov joke? No. Anyway, this feels pretty good to me. I will be happy with the juice here. And then maybe we could play Seafood Restaurant Simulator later. I want to try the little calipers. And I want to make a little bit of food. What about HDR colors? In the Witness, we had just like an extra HDR slider or something. I don't remember what it was. So you could do that. The thing is, what am I trying to say there? I don't know. Like for your particular application. Okay, we didn't update the zoom. when I drag this around. I thought it would, but it doesn't. So I'm going to go to blue. See, this is in blue, but the zoom is not in blue and everybody else is. So we need to update the zoom as well. Can I export the color wheel to Photoshop? I looked on the internet and there are third-party plugins for Photoshop that do color wheels like this. There are actually some really stupid looking ones too. So not that I recommend all third-party Photoshop plugins, but yeah. You don't know how important OKLab would be. I mean, the thing is, what matters is, can people think about it? So I don't know what ABR and OKLab either. It sounds like it's a minor tweak of CIE Lab, right? So it's probably not that good. I would rather just like rewarp the hue circle manually or something. RGB is the second most. Yeah, I mean we could have a separate RGB zone. RGB slider screen. All right, before we do the calipers, any technical questions while I heat up some soup or something? Soup color sliders. I love how nobody had any questions whatsoever. Nobody cares. Coolorus 2. It's easier to think of a curve when you are picking colors. The triangle thing in the middle of the circle, the reason it's a triangle is because the y-coordinate is the luminance, right? And so the color point on the right is sort of halfway between luminance-wise. It's not really exact. Now, of course, you could do the square instead of the triangle. I don't know. Have I seen recent evidence for aliens? Yeah, I heard that Halo's a really cool guy, so I think that's evidence for aliens. How am I going to handle drop-downs, overlapping controls below them? What do you mean? What's the problem? Is this window for an example program? Yes, this is the example program for this module. All the beta users have this, minus the color picker. Beta users do not have the color picker yet. They will when we deliver more value to the people. Opinions of MC Affy. I don't listen to hip hop. Do state structs stick around? Right now, I don't ever actually clean them up, but we could have a policy for cleaning them up. The thing is, if we move towards something that's a little bit more like retain mode, then those state structs are like the object that you constructed at startup in retain mode, right? Except maybe you keep part of the easy part of ImGUI, which is you only instantiate those when you draw or whatever. Here's another problem. This is like off the frickin' range. How did I do that? Yes. Okay. So when we update from RGB, we want to snap it to the thing. So there's two things we have to do. You think right now the controls below the drop-down would be drawn on top of it? Oh, yeah. That's a good point. We're probably going to have some kind of a buffering system anyway. Because like sometimes you want to do stuff like, here's my 17 entries, and now I want to set the width of the thing based on the widest entry, right? It's the sort of thing that like a retain mode GUI system does by doing this hierarchical thing. I think that's overkill and a mess. But you want some equivalent to being able to do that, right? So, yeah, I don't know. We'll figure that out. That's going to be probably part of when we figure out the whole like global input focus and all that stuff. Right? In the editor for the game, we have this concept of little sub windows that get sorted, right? And then we draw those, and like, so you could have this be one of those, I guess. But that complicates the client code a little bit. So I don't know. We'll see. We will see. People don't get the I don't listen to hip hop reference. I guess the South Park movie was released before half of chat was born at this point. How's Subnautica going? I did rage quit last night and lost an hour of progress by doing so, but we'll see. We'll probably do it again. I don't listen to hip hop. Okay, so let's fix these little bugs and then we'll try and do the calipers. So let's fix the out of range. We are going to need the theme. Oops. Okay. Now, I don't know why we were not updating the zoom hue. Maybe we don't. Oh, because we're okay. Let's one thing at a time. Let's make sure that this gets fixed. Okay, so that's stashed colors and everything. All right. So we're here. Oh, we're here. We're going to tweak it around to here. It's at the top. Going to go a little later. It's above the top. What? Bro. Oh, you know what? It's because we don't call that function probably. There are some cases when we skip around this. Current RGB color equals. Yep, if we changed HSL and then here. Okay. I think for the disk here, we could do this. V3 RGB. But this one, the reason we're doing that directly instead of calling the function is because we don't want this thing to like reset itself. It's like we got an HSL input, right? We got a hue input, so we don't want to convert to RGB and then convert back, because that introduces like flailing and numerical error and stuff, right? So we're going to say set current color RGB, state theme. I don't think we need this argument, but we're going to say update HSL, right? And we're going to say update HSL is false. Okay. So let me make sure we weren't using that. No. Okay. Update zoom hue. Oh yeah. If update HSL. Okay. So we check, we're over there, great. We go here. Hey, we're down there. Hey, we're down there. We're not at the top. We're at the bottom. That's a little weird. Maybe we want to prefer the bottom, right? Wait, don't we prefer the bottom? We add first. We add first and then subtract. So why are we ending up here? I don't get it. So while we're less than the min, we go up. I guess we need a third thing. If we prefer the lower value on the slider if there's more than 360 degrees, while h cell.x minus theme.slider hue min greater than 360. Is that right? I think if we do this, Okay, so we go here, we go there, go there. Oh yeah, oh yeah. We're real down low. And then we popped up to the top. Okay. Okay. How do you still have energy? Are you calling me old? Bro. I'll meet you out in the alley. Hope you did your push-ups this morning. All right. All right. You don't have energy? Maybe diet? Maybe in life you're not working on things that make you excited? Oh man, this table. Your new thing is jump rope to lose weight. I never could get into jumping a rope. Like, I mean, in Kung Fu, we did all kinds of jumping exercises, and they're good. They're good exercises. But, like, you kind of don't need a rope to do them, really. Because with a rope, you don't have to go up that high. Right? I mean, the rope does make sure that you jump at a given time, which is good. But, like, you don't go that high. Rope is fun, yeah. I see that. For me, jump ropes, I think it's just I got a negative attitude toward them when I was a kid, and I tried to do one, and I couldn't really do it because I wasn't that coordinated when I was a kid, right? Okay. So I think we've got the problems, right? So here we're setting the zoom now as well. That's great. That's great. Okay, so I think we could just add the little calipers, which might look bad. I mean, the thing is, when we go off the bottom, do we scissor the calipers? That's going to look bad. Maybe we like fade it out. There's nothing you could really do in small bursts throughout the day. Pull-ups, dude. Pull-ups are good for small bursts throughout the day. Not really cardio, though. Unless you get really good at the muscle part, then maybe it becomes cardio. Wait, what just happened there? Did I hallucinate that? I might have. Oh, look at that. That looks so good. Oh, it resets the zoom point. Right. Right. Maybe we shouldn't do that. Okay, so if you move the zoom point and then you change one of these, it moves it. And I feel like we shouldn't do that. We should only, I mean, it's not that it resets the zoom point, it's that it sets the center, right? It recalibrates the center. I don't think that's relevant. I think we should only do that when you adjust these. Yeah, okay, that's what bothered me. That's what I saw. You started plateauing with body weight. How many were you doing? Ever thought about extending the visual region to have extra space you can't click on? That seems like it would be confusing. It seems like it would be confusing. Okay. Let me just fix this little behavioral tweak. So that is happening because update zoom hue. Okay, so really, the only time we want to change that is when we change the unzoomed hue. Right? That's my theory. Let's do this. Okay, so this is fine. This is fine. These no longer affect that as is desired. All right. I feel good about that. I feel good about that. Okay, caliper time. Caliper time, caliper time. Doing the things a caliper can. What's he like? He's a caliper. Caliper man. Okay. We're going to say we need the theme again. We need to know okay, that's for the triangles. Wait, no, that's for the things. This is for the triangles. Okay. If index is 0, I should really give those enums as well at this point. So we're going to say right? And then caliper distance is, what is the caliper distance? It is, well, the total distance. Oh, hold on. This is hue range. The caliper range is going to be hue range in zoomed slider. Okay. Caliper distance is caliper range divided by hue range. All right. So that's the distance in pixels. So we're going to say Q0 is P0 Q0.y plus equals caliper distance. Q1 is P1 and same for, we're just going to draw a line initially. I don't know. We're going to go 50 DKP minus right there. So we're just going to do two lines. Now, of course, lines are two triangles. So frickin' let's say H is R.W times 0.025, the height of the caliper bar, the thickness, I don't know. Because we might draw these on the sides or something. Okay, color. Actually, we'll use the same color as the other thing for now. So zero comma H, and then immediate triangle. Q0, 1, 2, 0, 2, 3, and then the same with R. So this is going to be not good. It's fine though. Huge range. The range is going to be huge. Oh, it's a vector 3, isn't it? Okay. I don't see anything remotely like a calipers. So hold on. Caliper distance. Okay, firstly, that's a fraction. We need to multiply that by the height. Still not going to be enough because we didn't see, we would have seen the lines straight through the middle there. So P0 and P1, these are the, oh, sorry, this is P3. That might help, I don't know. I don't see jack. Okay, so, oh, there's a calipers. Oh, we're drawing them. We're drawing them later. WTF, bro. Well, I don't see the top one. Okay, we're drawing them later. Dang it. Left arrow tip. And the right arrow tip. Okay, so now we have to use those. Color, arrow color. Bruh. Bruh. Okay, that's... Wait. We saw them in the beginning, and then one of them went, like, down. And they're not the right distance anyway. Like, what? Let me try this. Okay, so you see, we're in the red. There's one down there. There's one up there. Let's go green. Okay. They're the wrong distance because you see that the zoom, it's like they look like twice as far or something. But then if I click, we lose one. How does that make any sense? Somebody explain that to me. It's there. Oh, now we have only the top. What? Okay. So we have two problems. Okay, caliper hue range. Let's get rid of the 0.5. Caliper range. Oh, right, because the 0.5s cancel each other out. This is the thing for the whole thing, and yeah, 1/2. Okay. So, left arrow tip, right arrow tip. I mean, I guess the arrows change size and the color changes. Let's just make the color always. Just for avoidance of doubt. I don't think that's it, but no, it was it, I guess. Okay. I think that's pretty understandable. I don't think we need to necessarily have the lines cross the entire hue range. I guess it was arrow color. Are they just... Okay, let's have those go all the way to black. So color, dragging we're going to have an active and color is lerp, color inactive, color active, dragging in HT Lovecraft. State dots. All right, boom. Were they different? What is going on? There's still something happening. Oh, they're aliasing, guys. They're small. They're tiny. They're tiny, and they're aliasing down to less than 1 pixel, I think, in some sort. Maybe not. Maybe that's not what's happening. Sure feels that way. See, this looks less dumb now, because if you go off, it's like gone. Except it's not really the same as the background color. Do I know a lot about shaders in 3D games? I know a fair amount. I could try to answer whatever question you have. I need to round my corners a lot more. Well, I'll have you know that rounding the corners was one of the things I was thinking about doing tonight, but I chose to do color picker instead. But we're going to do rounded rectangle, and we're going to like round all these. It'll be fun. Is the box going to wrap? I don't know. Maybe not. I mean, I guess it should, right? The thing is, it'll like discontinuously disappear, which is weird. But that might be better than this. I still want to figure out what TF. So we go here, we go back. Oh, you know, it's because it's not rounded to the nearest pixel. Like here, it's rounded to the, that's what's going on. See here, it's rounded to the nearest pixel because it's mouse input, and we get mouse input as integer pixels, and we like map it, right? Here we don't do that. So like that one came out fine. That one, there we go. See how the bottom one is like way thinner? It's because that's like aliasing to 1, and this one is 2 pixels or something, right? Now they're both 1. All right, so we're going to say, let's say, floor plus 0.5, round to integers. Okay, y1. Oh, wait. Let's call that yy. Okay, so now we're going to say here, actually let's go this, y top is yy caliper distance and y bottom, right? Okay. Y top, y bottom, and same. Okay, and the reason we do this is we say if y top is greater than r dot y plus r dot h, y top minus equals r dot h. If y bottom is less than r dot y bottom plus equals r dot h. Okay. It's a little discontinuous, but here we go. So you see it's rounded nicely. Still good. Still good. Still good. Oh, we're off the bottom a little bit. All right, let's try it. Look, it wrapped. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's some pro shit right there. And then later, I think we could do some things to differentiate these more from these or something, but I'm not going to sweat it too much right now. I feel like it's Miller time, by which I mean seafood time. Right? This is good. We did juicing here. This came out pretty good. And then juicing here. So I think we're going to do two more things later on. I think we're going to add RGB sliders. Maybe I'll do all this tomorrow just to get it socked away. We'll add RGB sliders during workday, not during stream. I have a workday scheduled with someone tomorrow. And we'll also add Photoshop style, just like a big ass square with a thing, with a hue bar. And I guess it's going to be double hue bar like this. So we're going to like factor this out probably and do like double ass hue bar in a function. And then like this is the thing is, I mean, it almost should just be a button right here or something that you press because it's the same frickin' thing. It's like literally this, and then these two bars combine to make a square, right? Go with a cube, the time cube. Fuck the square. The artists are telling me they want the square, or one of them is. So I want to at least do it. And, you know, it'll be in this code here. It'll be in get rect. And if you want to get rect, you could use the square and you could turn off the square. We're probably going to put mode buttons down here for like what are the different things. So you don't, like this is an invisible right click, which isn't that great. You use the square as well. Yeah, I mean, some people are probably, look, if I don't put a square in, then people will bother me forever. I downloaded the compiler beta. And Mr. Streamer, I don't think your programming language is very good because it doesn't have the Photoshop square function. And I'll be like, well, this is already Linux compatible. They're going to be bothering me anyway. Yes, but they will not bother me about the Photoshop square. You're an artist, you don't like it, the Photoshop square. I don't like the Photoshop square either. I like this a lot. The thing is, when it's the square or even when it's the triangle interface here, it's like easy to drag to white or black or fully saturated, right? Whereas with this version, it's not really. But like, you don't always care about that, right? In fact, you probably shouldn't actually, if you're doing natural painting or whatever equivalent of painting is in your game, you probably shouldn't care about that very often, which is why this doesn't bother me that much. But if you do want that, of course, you can go to straight up white or 0, 0, 0 down here. Whoa, what's happening here? Oh, that's, I thought I was adjusting the black below the bottom, but it's because I moused over the button. And we don't have global focus, so like this widget isn't grabbing focus, so the button's like, hey, you're over me. I was like, wait, what's happening? Trust my judgment. Yeah, I mean, it's also though, I'm on a video game team where I'm trying to help the artists out, right? And you don't do that by imposing your own judgment on everybody. You think the wrapped caliper is off a bit because the colors repeat a bit. The wrapped line should be higher, lower. No, we take that into account. What we did was, to figure out this range, we divided the actual top and bottom range. Like, it's literally, see, it goes to violet at the bottom. It's still in red at the top. And as we inch toward yellow, we're inching toward yellow. See, it's right. It's so right. Whoops. It's so right. Move it down lower past the bottom. Oh, no, you're right. Oh, shit. Yeah, no, you're right. The thing I did for wrapping, I thought it was Miller time. The thing that I did for wrapping assumes no extension on the ends, because I just literally took the height distance. All right. Now, the problem is, if I just make it account for that, that's still going to suck, because it's going to like teleport into the middle here somewhere, right? It's going to teleport like way down here. That's kind of ass. In fact, you would see the range twice. We would have to draw the top as well. I kind of don't, like, we could render it twice, right? You know what? I don't want to wrap it twice. I don't want to draw it twice because that'll be confusing, honestly. You know, I'm just going to have it go off the end. Instead of drawing the bottom caliper, we just won't put it there. All right. We will say, okay. Okay. All right. So here we go. We go off the top. It's just gone. Oh, off the bottom though. Incorrect test. And you know what? I actually want to fade it out. This is going to be a little bit of extra juice. This is going to be a little bit of extra juice. Let's not do this. Let's do... Okay. Let's put the colors right before the things in both cases. Okay, alpha top. Fade margin is what did I get wrong? Y bottom. Oh, I didn't say right. It's not greater than or equal to 0. It's r dot y. That's what we did wrong. Okay, fade margin is going to be the caliper size times 2 or something. H times 2. Let's put H up here. Okay. If y top is greater than or equal to r dot... Actually, let's say excess top is y top minus r dot y plus r dot h, right? If excess top is greater than or equal to 0, alpha top equals 1 minus excess top divided by denom. All of these user input values we want to guard against dividing by 0, because you never know if someone's going to like hook up their theming to like a file input and some dumbass type 0, right? Okay, so if excess top, that's how far we are above the top, then the alpha for the top is going to be excess top divided by denom, right? So that goes 0 to 1, but it's 0 here. So that's why we're inverting it, right? So we're going to clamp that. All right, so now excess bottom, actually, let's do this. So that's 0 and gets bigger, and we'll do the same thing, I think. I think this is right. Denom, it's h denom. Okay, bam, bam. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, it's kind of fading out. I mean, it actually still looks a little messy because you see it go up above. We could like fade it. Fade zone top is r.y plus r.h minus h. There's too many h's. So this is then adjustable. Wait. Excess bottom. Like that. I almost screwed it up, everybody. Oh God, I really did. Lol. Wait, what? Alpha bottom, excess bottom is r.y plus fade zone bottom. Oh wait, this is already, yeah. Okay. I mean, it's not much of a fade zone. We could make it real big. This is how you test things, is you make them real big. See that? It's like not, it's not actually fading. Wait, it's fading like, hold on, I clicked. It's fading like there. So I screwed it up real bad. Wait, why is it resetting at the red zone? It's like resetting at the end of the color strip? What did I do? Is that coincidence? It's the last thing before Miller time, and I'm having a hard time with it. It should be so easy, guys. This should be totally easy. Wait, fade margin. Let's do this. Wait, what? My H didn't. Okay, hold on. I screwed something up here. Hold on. So Y top minus fade zone top. Okay. Yeah, this H denom is nonsense, right? This is fade margin. Oh, look at that. Look at that fade. Look at that. It's actually, you know, I was thinking we would keep the fade small, but it's like, okay, we could cut it to like half of what it is. That's pretty good though. That's still a little big. We just need a little bit of fade. It's just a little taste of fading. Just a little. So good. All right. I think that's Miller time, guys. We added so much juice. It was great. Oh, we'll go there, and then we'll get fine tune over the fading. Look at that. The juice was worth the squeeze. That is what. Yes. Okay. We've done a lot of juice today. It's been a good day. Did you miss where H-denom was guarded against 0? Oh. Well, really here, we should say H-denom here, but it actually is because fade margin is H times 8, so if H is 0, but yeah, this should be H-denom. Doesn't matter for the current code either way, but you could imagine refactoring it to where that's wrong now. Why is the box moving when you're adjusting the zoomed in one? Shouldn't it stay in place since the gradient doesn't change? Yeah. Yeah, we shouldn't draw the calipers around. Okay. We're drawing the calipers around the arrows, which is correct when the arrows control the zoom margin. Good catch. So instead of left arrow tip, oh no, this is fine. So the Y top and Y bottom are based around this, the arrow tip, and this should not be. This should be zoomed. What do we want to call it? We want to say yeah. We're going to take the zoom hue center minus slider hue min divided by hue denom times r.h. Okay, and again, frickin' hue denom, we know what that is. There. What a butt pain. All right. All right. So, oh boy. Well, I can't really say that I feel that this is correct. What did I do, guys? Oh, well, r.y plus these things. That's not enough to fix it, but oh, it is enough to fix it. Okay. Okay, so we're adjusting the slider. It's still in the right place. This is great. It fades out. We're doing good. We're doing good. Then we go over here. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, okay. Because we rounded the thing to the nearest pixel. Oh. No, this is another catch. We did both of these by starting at the line and adding. And by we, I mean me. And you can sort of see that when I go down to the bottom, we're a little bit below. And that's because I did it in the wrong direction, right? So, so here, the R values need to go down instead of up. See, there we go. Precision, bro. Precision. Okay. Thank you. That was a good catch. That was a quality catch. This like feels like a good thing now. Whoops, till I accidentally clicked the right mouse button. Like this feels like good action. Isn't it interesting how you work on things and they just get good when you work on them? It's kind of crazy, but it's like the entire secret to success. Yeah, just the fact that moving here echoes this now. It just didn't register in my brain that what it was doing was wrong. Yeah, this is much better. Much better, much better. Is there input lag when dragging with the mouse? Why would there be input lag? We are rendering at 60 FPS. I mean, you do have the usual thing in Windows where like the mouse cursor is in hardware. So it is a little bit faster, but that's not the same as having input lag. That's like, you can't actually match a hardware cursor. Like the way that programs do that is they hide your cursor and lie about where it is, which I would prefer not to do. Well, this has been a good work. Good work. Good work. Okay. I'm not really sure how I feel about the wrapping here now. we could talk about later about whether it's necessary. Why does the bar interspacing feel wrong? Because you weren't paying attention when we decided it. You probably were not on the stream when we decided it. What happens if the calipers are at the bottom and you use the zoomed bar? The zoomed bar does not move the calipers anymore, right? It just moves the arrows. So we could move the arrows off the bottom, right? So that's sort of a thing, I guess. I don't want to deal with that right now. I'm tired. So that's a thing that we could deal with later. I'm not sure. I mean, it probably should put them on the bottom. The problem is let's fix it. I think there's an easy fix. This is really silly. Okay. It's good. There's going to be more work required to comment this. Actually, I'm fine with that for now. Okay. There's going to be more work required to comment this. Wait, where do we draw? I guess we draw the arrows first. Yeah. Okay, so I'm just going to say no check-in comment for a second. That's why I looked for the other no check-in, because I didn't want to pile them up. Okay, if it's index 0, then wait, where's pip t? Oh, this isn't even right again. Damn it. Because we do more than 360. Okay, hold on. Actually, though, this pip t thing. Uh-huh. Whoops. Okay, so the deal is we can't actually wrap the actual hue value because that will mess up what's going on in the zoom. Okay, so like what we're actually just going to do is wrap the displayed value. So when I go up here to the top, right, and then I go up, we actually wrap it. And then you might be like, well, it's kind of lame that it goes down. I don't know, guys. Like, and then you get into the whole thing about why don't you draw the calipers a second? I don't fucking know. Anyway. You just like typing in numerical values for your colors most of the time. That does not scale to making a video game. I've been there. I've done it. It does not scale to making a video game. Okay. It's like I'd almost rather not wrap it, but it's fine for now. This is pretty good. We can resolve that issue. It's a little bit awkward, but we could resolve it later, I think. Okay, so extra wrapped hue is here because when we have positioned the hue calipers so that the zoomed area crosses above the primary hue bar index zeros range, crosses past, we could use the zoom bar to move the primary hue cursor outside the range. When this happens, rather than drawing the arrows out in space, we wrap them down to the earlier repeat position. Okay, but we don't want to wrap the actual hue value current. That would affect the zoom bar probably, although maybe that approach is fine since it is the kind of things video games do when the asteroid spaceship crosses the screen boundary or whatever. So maybe it wouldn't be disruptive, but I am a bit too tired to think about that right now, so this is how we are doing it. Okay. Confusing with all the little hue variables, but it is what it is. All right, we got some juice. We are very happy with the amount of juice that we have now. It is good juice action. Like, the thing about this is, you know, we almost could frickin' block you from moving this above or below because it repeats, right? I don't think I actually want to do that. I think I want to let you do it, but we could actually block you It's just that would be annoying if you're down here and you're editing and you want to go into the violet and so forth. I mean, we could remap the calipers up here too when we do this. I don't know. We'll think about it. Move the cursor and allow for infinite scrolling. No, this is not Facebook or Twitter. Move the colors through the square. No. You don't want to kill people's muscle memory and stuff. Like if you know that yellow's down here and blue is up here and so forth, you can start going to what you want without thinking about it. And before you learn to do it before your eyes even track there, right? If you start moving this shit around all the time, you can't learn it anymore because you don't know where it is. Or it's much harder to learn anyway. Because it's like contextual based on what color you were just using. F that. F that. Yeah, you absolute position wherever possible. That is also why, for example, you know, last time we streamed and watched one of these, we saw some version that like rotated the arrow around so that the hue, the maximum hue point was always where you were pointing. And besides that making me dizzy, it meant that you couldn't have really muscle memory about things because they're always changing. And I don't think that's helpful. You're asking me if there are duplicated colors at the top and bottom without looking at the screen. Do you have protanopia? Do you have Aquaria? Yes, okay, that explains it. Yes, we spent the earlier part of the stream adding a wrapping area to here. So, you know, normally hue sliders start around right here. So 0 degrees of hue is like red canonically, right? And then you go up to red at the top. We decided to start a little bit below because the red range is pretty important. So we start below red at like negative 50. So this is 310, right? Here, so 0 is right there. We start at negative 50 and then we go to 345 just because we already have that space. So we don't, you know. So we have basically about an extra 35 degrees or 10%. So it's like if you're in the violets and you want full coverage of the violets, you can go up here. If you're in the reds, you can go down here. So yes, there's a little bit of duplication. And that's what makes some of this stuff a little bit weird. Like these wouldn't teleport weirdly to the middle if we didn't have duplication, right? But it is what it is. Yeah. Well, it's weird though, because I didn't think about all these weird consequences of having the repeat. And so, it does make some things a little bit weirder than they would be otherwise. Guys, I think I'm too tired to play Seafood Simulator. Like that, sometimes after I game all night, the next day I'll be tired. And I think this is what has happened. So I think I might actually bedtime. 35% more colors? No, 10% more colors. It's 35 degrees more colors. All right. Color picker juice has been added. Not all of it. We'll get more juice eventually, but that's some juice. All right, everybody. Have a good evening. I'm going to do some bedtime. We got work done today. It was a good day for getting work done. Thanks, everybody. I'll see you later on in the future. In the future's future. Oh, we didn't get lamp power tonight. That's why I'm going to bed instead of seafooding. Dang it. All right. Thanks, everyone.